Let's just. Hey up, hey up, hey up, hey up, hey up. How's everybody doing? Let's get this plugged in. How's everybody doing? You all right? Let's crack. Best place for us to stick on there. That's better. 1 2 1 2. Everybody here is all right, yeah? Excuse me. How's everybody on this Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday morning. What's the crack? Right, Angela? Banging straight in here this morning. Oh. Good morning. How are you? What's the crack? How's everybody's star charts at the moment? Very bored at work. There you go. Well, there I am to brighten the day. Not enough to do. Oh, well, I have a fairly easy life myself. What am I prioritising today? I think I'm going and buying some ancient, brand new, vintage fishing rods, and then possibly going fishing later on. That's it. And then I've got a call with my mate because he's going through a bit at the moment, as everybody seems to be. It's a really uncomfortable time at the moment, isn't it? Yeah, or can be anyway, But I know that the bad is always helping us to realise the good. So there you go. And it is all good, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's just whether or not we perceive it that way. And it's all about perceptions. And I went balls deep last night. Oh, Christ. If anybody hasn't followed Chris Edward, Chris Edward Life, I think it's called on here. He's helping people to become, as we move down this sovereignty path, he's helping people to become sovereign in a lawful sense or a legal sense, That's it. Snow day. Hey, I love it, Shelley. Class. Love a bit of snow day. But yeah, I was on a Zoom call with Chris Edward last night and a few others. Chris, can't remember his name. And they're all talking about like sovereignty. So as we become sovereign within ourselves, then so too we need to take actions to ensure our sovereignty, that we're not then beholden to governmental bodies or paying into a system that we don't want to do. And basically, the government, there's a way that you can make a trust, a private trust, so that you don't pay tax. You can still choose to pay national insurance so that your money can go to the NHS. And I know it all goes into the same pot, which they're using to sort of like fund genocide and things in different countries and that. So I don't feel particularly good about that. So I'm going to withdraw my energy from that. And it's all about, when we become sovereign within ourselves and we start to heal and grow and work on our mental health and work to a point where we're able to really stand up to the mind of ourselves, or the reptilian brain, so too do we start to take actions against the reptilian overlords, if you want to call it that, another way of saying it. But there are beings here who do not have our best intentions at heart. Yeah. So it's about, as we then become sovereign, we can then withdraw our energy from that. Thus, that energy or that entity then dies, So that's what it's all about. As we come to terms with ourselves, then we also so too become sovereign beings, and we start to liberate our soul from this earth matrix, if you want to call it that, But it's a big game, really. That's the way I see it. The sun is absolutely fucking wonderful today. It's just beautiful. There's literally zero wind at all. Hence why I think it's going to be quite a good day. And the pressure's actually dropping as well. So the pressure's dropping, which is really nice. The air pressure, that is. So you can actually go fishing and the fish will actually bite as well. So yes, I'm going to go through to Dumfries today and I think purchase a rod, a vintage one that's brand new. So I'm quite looking forward to that. Not that we should attach to material things or whatever it is, but we also should do what we love to do in this lifetime as well. And as I don't really have anything else to do at this particular moment in time, other than the calls that I do and all the rest of it, then I prioritize really being at peace and going out there and getting a bit of fucking fly rod action on. That's it. It's fucking having a warm now. Whereabouts are you, Shelley? Thank you for the follow, Mel. How do you withdraw it from a friend? You withdraw it. You say no, and then you do not consent to being in their energy anymore. That's it. Are you not in the countryside no more? Are you not in the countryside no more? No, Ella, I am in my mum and dad's, the back of my mum and dad's house. So we've got like an annex at the back. So I've got my own little kitchen. There's my little bathroom behind. And there's my bed. And there's all my plants and my ferns and everything. So no, I'm not in the countryside anymore. But I'm quite happy here. It's really nice and grounding to be here. So it's really lovely. Greetings from Ukraine. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Do apologise. Spiritually with you. Hi, all is well and will be well. There we go. All is well. That's it. Derbyshire. Very nice. Very grounding. Yes, that is why I'm here. That is why I'm here. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But just know that this is a big game. What's going on in the world at the moment? You know, and we look at it as, oh, this is severe and this is awful and all the rest of it. It's all there to help us, you know. It's all there to help us remember our true divinity and liberate ourselves, you know. So there you go. Actually, in Derbyshire, I was born in Derby. There you go. Lovely. Maybe you two should meet up. There you go. So, yeah, just having a nice green tea with jasmine. And my mum got me this cup and it's lovely. I know it's backwards. It says, let nature heal you. Oh, isn't that nice? There you go. But I've been through massive energetic changes recently, I must admit. Yeah, it's I got a quantum healing done, and there was loads of things out. My energy was at like base of 2000. It was really shit, or it was low ebb basically, and I had loads of things. That I had an entity. I had a soul fragment that fucked off. So now all of that over the next 2 weeks is being reintegrated, and I'm sure that was on Friday. I think that was on Friday I got it done. But I'm really starting to feel the benefits of that now. You know, it's like at quantum level, there was lots of things out of balance, you know. So yes, feeling a lot more energized, present, and with it. So yeah, I'm just sort of slowly integrating all of that back into my system again. So it's quite cool. But yeah, what's everybody else been on with anyway? What are you saying? Are you into astrology? Keep hearing about Pluto and Aquarius. Yes, yeah, Pluto and Aquarius. Yeah, a lot of shit's changing at the moment. So as within, so without. Yeah, we're going through a massive, massive transition. And the last time Pluto went into Aquarius, guess what happened? French Revolution. Fucking all this stuff kicked off. You know what I mean? Everybody started to really stand up. And so, like I say, what's going on up there is what's going on down here. Not only in a sort of energetic sense, you know, or an environmental sense, but it's also within us as well. So we're starting to stand firm, you know, and stand in our sovereignty and stand in our liberated beings, you know. So there you go. Yeah, struggling a lot, need some help. Feel free to book a call with us, Billy. Feel free to book a call with us. That's why I'm here. I'm here to ground people. Just let them know that actually what's happening in their life is a good thing, you know, which I have to remind myself of sometimes because I fucking forget all the bloody time, you know. It's like I forget that everything's like happening for us, you know, a lot of the time. And yeah, you fall into that trap of victimhood, you know, and that's all right. It's part of the journey, but you'll only stay in that place for so long before you realize that it's not working for you, you know, and as you become better, and it's all about self-love at the end of the day. It's all about how much love you can show yourself. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing in the world. Just you focus on you. Let go of what everybody else is doing. Focus on yourself. Let go of what's happening in the world. Like a lot of the, you know, politics and things, like you get to a certain level in your own awareness, then you get dragged back into all the drama and the bullshit and the duality of this reality, you know. So yeah, it's quite interesting. But duality is not necessarily a bad thing. It's there to teach us. If without the contrast, as I'm looking at the yin yang here, without the contrast of everything, then we wouldn't be able to see our hand in front of our face, you know. And it's like, you know, Alan Watts says, at a tiny level, if you looked into your body and you went into your, you know, your vessels or whatever it is, or your gut, and you'd see all these things attacking one another and eating one another and all the rest of it, then at another level you zoom out and that makes your body healthy. So exactly what's happening on Earth at the moment is exactly what happens in your body. You know, if you were to zoom down into it and go like, oh my God, this is fucking awful, this is terrible, I can't believe all these things are happening, there's wars, there's famine, there's all this stuff, and then it's like, you know, have compassion for that, yeah, massively, but at the same time realize that without we've gone so far into the red or into the dark that to get us back out again is going to require a bit of discomfort. And for the masses to wake up, it's not necessarily going to happen overnight. It's going to happen in a way that really people have to like fall down on their knees before they actually start to make a difference. It's the same with me, you know, I'm a reflector, I'm a reflection of the collective. Like, you know, I had to literally go way into the darkness in order for me to turn around and go, right, that isn't working. Yeah, it's like, that's it. So it's just all beautiful part of the process. So don't react to it. Just look at what's happening and recognize what parts of that is going on within you, and then do the inner work on yourself, come to a bit of balance within yourself, harmony, and then you'll be able to like literally change the world through you just changing you. Yeah, we change this world from the inside out. We don't go out there and start projecting all of our shit onto the world, which we do at times. And I do at times. So I don't think I am in any way fucking perfect. I do not have it all sorted. I love this journey and I love learning about all this sort of stuff, you know. It's like, and that's why I help people on my calls to just remedy some sort of aspect of their life, maybe that they can't see. Yeah, so if it sounds like you, book a call. If not, no worries, it's up to you. But it's all duality, you know. It's just like, oh, Trump and this, and you know, the red party and the blue party, and you know, it's the same here. And like I say, all of that is there as a distraction. Ooh, look over here! Look, we're going to change. Oh yeah, Trump's going to change the world. Blah 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 blah. It's taking all of our power away from us, because as soon as we start giving energy to that, it's like protesting. Protesting doesn't work, because all you're doing is you're feeding that energy to the thing that you want remedied. So you're actually giving more power to it by going, you must stop doing this. And they're going, oh yeah, fucking idiots. They're not understanding it. We change this world from the inside out. Fuck what's going on in the outside world. Does not matter. Go and hug a fucking tree. Go and do some workouts. Go and do a kettlebell workout. Go do some qigong. Do some breath work. Yeah, that's the way that you change the world. Fuck, let go of all of what they're trying to tell you. Stop watching the news. Nothing will be changed through that. Okay, it's through us. It's through us empowering ourselves. By all means, be aware of that stuff. That's fine, but don't expect that to change the world. It's us. It's within us, within every single one of us, as powerful, light being, creator beings, that we change the world. And it's not about going out there and expecting fucking, you know, politics to change anything. It's all a big show. You know, I don't know if you saw that picture of like, what you call it, Trump, Elon Musk, the Kennedy guy, and whoever was sat behind him, and then another guy sat behind him. I know literally nothing about politics, because I know that it will not. It's all a big woo. Look over here, woo, yeah, we're going to change the world. And it's like, no, you're not. Like, we're going to do it through us. But it's all a big show, because it matched up with that picture, and I'm sure loads of you have seen that online. You know, it's just like, it matches up with that picture from thing. It's because it's all a fucking game. It's a game. Yeah, it's not real. Yeah, it's all like puppet show to distract you from your divinity. And we all get distracted from our divinity every now and again. That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with any of it. It's all good. It's literally all good. Yeah, if you perceive it as. But if you think it's all a bag of shit, then it's all a bag of shit. Yeah, it's just like, discern this or not. It's up to you. It's completely up to you what you do. Change this world from the inside out. Yeah. Trying to switch off from the media. It's everywhere. Yeah, politics are going on here. It's all right. It's all right to view. It's all right to view it from a standpoint of like just objective observation, you know, because then you can just look at it and go like, oh yeah, yeah, the game's still being played, you know. But don't attach to any of that shit. Don't attach to any of that shit. Oh, this will happen in the future. I don't have to do my inner work. No, you have to do your inner work. You have to do your inner work. Yeah. So that's the only way it changes. Once our perception changes of what we're viewing, then literally what we're viewing changes. Yeah. We create our all. There's not like, there's no separation between anything. See, it's all you. It's all you. That's why this year's all been about the yew tree for me, you know. And I went to visit. Oh God, I've got to put up a video today. Actually, I went and saw 3 ancient, like 1500-year-old yew trees yesterday in the Lake District. Absolutely beautiful. Sat with them and meditated for an hour, and just oh, it was amazing. Big part of my healing journey has been, not the healing journey, but a big part of my journey has been trees. I just love trees. You know, they ground me. They just center me. And I've actually got a yew tree didgeridoo. I'll give it a quick blast for you all. So this, I don't know how many of these there actually are in the world, a yew tree didgeridoo. I would say a handful, but fuck knows. Yeah. Stay there, chat. I forgot my microphone's on here, so it'll probably be really quiet. But there you go. So what's everybody doing today then? Politics going on in Ireland at the moment. Always goes on. Always goes on. The show must continue. Very fatigued, hard to work and concentrate, can't sleep, trying to regulate my nervous system. Ah, there you go. Oh, perfect. You're in a transitional period, mate. That's it. Not a bad thing. And it will end, so don't worry about it. Yeah, Satty McDonald's. Yeah, I love it. It's a show. All right, Maxine, you fucking legend. How are you? Yeah, TV when I was skipping 5 years ago. Yeah, sat with Maccadees on the play. There you go. Hiya, love. Mystic Paula. Not talking to family members. Actually, getting on with my family really, really well at the moment. It's fantastic. So it shows how much I've sort of like healed within myself, because now me and my mum are like best mates, and me and my mum had such a fractured relationship all the way through my life. Like, there's such a deep respect there now, and it's lovely, you know. But it just mirrors like what we're doing in our lives. The healing work, how much you can let go of resentment to your past, because that's what this journey is all about. Is about releasing any resentment or held belief that your past was in any way like negative or sort of like, you know, to be repelled by or whatever. But it's like, nah, man, like, you've got to come to peace with your past, because you decided to come down here and experience all of this. Yeah, as a soul, you came in and you wrote it in, and then we're all like, we wrote it all in ourselves, and we're going like, I can't believe this is happening to me. And I do this all the time. Played victim with my life for so fucking long, and I still do from time to time. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and that's the beauty of this life. You need to accept all parts of yourself, because if not, it's like accepting all of your past then helps you to accept parts of yourselves and integrate all of that into yourself. It's a very powerful thing. One of the most powerful things on this journey is holding no resentment, you know, to any part of your past anymore, and literally going like, oh shit, it was all divine. Great. If it wasn't for my parents and me choosing to be born on that certain date and coming into this family to be a child of my caregivers of whatever way, shape or form that was, you know, if I went through child abuse when I was younger, all of it you decided so that you could awaken at this time right now, because without that you wouldn't be able to. And it's something that people struggle with so much who I speak to. They go, no, why would I write that into my life? I'm saying, you're not finished yet. You're not finished yet. You don't know if it's, you know, good or bad. You don't know if what's, you know, what occurred is a good or a bad thing, because it hasn't played out yet. And time is not linear. Time is, yeah. So it's like, make peace with your past. Have compassion for yourself. Yeah. But also take accountability for what it is that's showing up in your life, and then you're able to transmute it. And I've been fucking shit at this sometimes. Sometimes I don't catch it, and I fall into that place of victimhood with stuff, you know. It's like, and that's the beauty of it, because you forget, and then you fall back into the game again. You fall back into the lower densities, you fall back into shame, guilt, all of this sort of stuff, but for a reason, so that you can climb out of it. Because if you haven't learned the lesson the first time round, the universe just repeats it. And if you don't get it that time, it'll just repeat it again, and it'll get more severe. get more severe, and then it'll form into an illness. And then if you don't get it with the illness, you're dying. You'll have to come back and do it again. You just keep entering this reincarnation cycle, of which there isn't a bad thing about it, really, because it's like, you know, we live in infinity. So your soul's just like, oh, we have to come back again and do it. It's like, you know, when you're on the other side, like we come into these lives and we think, oh, God, 80 years is a long time, 100 years is a long time. It's a fucking blip. Goes like that. You know, in the spirit realm, you come back and you're like, wow, fucking hell, that was quick. Should we go back down and do another one? It's like, don't know. It was a bit shit that time. It's like, well, maybe it wasn't shit enough. All right, right, get born again. You know, 27th of September, 5:43 in the morning, whatever. It's like, you know, there you go. Come back in at that specific time when the stars are aligned so that you can come in to learn specific lessons. And it's really interesting, right? Because there was a mate of mine at school, George Sebage, his name was, and he was born on the exact same day as me. So he must have a very similar karma, or as a very, very similar karmic imprint to me, you know. And it's just like, wow, you know, I wonder what time he was born and whether he was a reflector in human design and that. And like I say, human design and gene keys and all these things, they're fucking amazing. They're amazing for figuring out more about yourself. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and have a look. If you know your birth time of when you were born, then go and have a look. Gene keys, human design, I'm trying to think what else. Your Chinese astrology plays into the Taoist things and all that sort of stuff. Mantak Chia's got a website, but look up gene keys and get your free hologenic profile or whatever it is, and then go on to myhumandesign.com as well and have a look at what design you are as well. Again, these things shouldn't be attached to, but they're really good for figuring out what you've come into this earth realm to learn about yourself. Again, you know, Akashic readings are really good for that as well, and I've started doing Akashic readings for people as well, and that's really good. It's like, you know, so I've got to do my third one. I'm going to do my third one for somebody today as like a guinea pig trial run, and then I'm going to start doing Akashic readings for people and integrate that into the work that I do as well, because it was one of the biggest like spiritual realization upgrades that I got on this journey was my Akashic reading, because it was just like, you think you're this and you're fucking this, you are literally everything. Yeah, so it can help sometimes. Never lose hope is what I'm trying to say. People change the world by voting for people who can change the world. Well, they can shift your mindset to think that they've got power over you, but you've got to vote for yourself. You've got to vote for yourself. You know, all of that's a game. It's a show. We change this world from the inside out. You know, it's like the system will change, but I believe that we are the change. We are the second coming of Christ, if you want to call it that. Christ was just an entity, a being, an avatar, if you want to call it that, who realized his true divinity, who realized that he was one with everything, you know, and that's the journey that we're all going on, is from the head to the heart, from the reptilian brain to the mammalian heart, if you want to call it that. Are you English, sir? Yes. Although, no, I'm from all over the fucking place. I was out at a tree yesterday, very cool. But what about sitting down with like-minded people and a park and sharing this beautiful knowledge? Yeah, exactly. This is it. Speak your truth. This is what I do. You know, this is where I change the world, or the little bit of it is literally just by speaking my truth. But you have to know thyself on a deeper level in order to help other people, because we are all one and the same. There is no difference between you and I. Yeah, there is no you and I. And yeah, I agree. Face-to-face contact is huge, but it doesn't have to be, you know, with anybody special, because there is nobody who's more special than one another. It can be you speaking to somebody in the supermarket, you know, and giving them a little smile. It's like yesterday, right? I met a lady called Mary Gay, and I was at a little tapas bit down in Keswick, and it was lovely because she came over to me because she mistook me for somebody else. And I'm so glad she did. She was really old. She was maybe about 90 or something like this. She was a beautiful human being. She just came over to me, and I was writing some stuff down in my little journal and things whilst eating my food. And she goes, Are you Lee? And I was like, No, I'm Samuel. How are you? Who are you? She was like, Oh, I'm Mary, but I like to reverse names. And then we worked out what my name was backwards, and it's this is my little book. It was Yeslek. Lumas Yeslek, Umas Lek Yeslek, which is Samuel Kelsey backwards, and then it just started like just speaking about what she was doing and what's happened in her life and things like that, and it was so lovely. And before I left, I just went over to her table and I said her name in reverse. I can't remember what it is now. It's like Yag, Yarma, something like that. Anyway, so I went over to her and just said, "It was really lovely speaking to you today. I'm glad that you mistook me for Lee," and she was just doodling on her little book and things. It was lovely, It's like, I love little interactions like that. That's why I was in Keswick yesterday. So it doesn't have to be, going out there and changing the world. It's literally just giving people space. And, she kept apologizing for coming over. And I said, please don't apologize. I'm so glad that you did come over and speak to me. It was such a beautiful interaction and things. So it's like those little things, they make my day. They really do, because it's such a, I didn't know that was going to happen, and she, like I said, people always apologize for being themselves. And I just said, no, please be yourself, Mary. The world needs more inquisitive, curious and quirky people like you in it, It's like, so, no, it was lovely. Lake District is beautiful. It's beautiful, yes. It's activation, yes. Sitting in, it's freezing. Tanzania, enjoy time. Thank you. Good shit legend. Takes one, another one. About to do a breathwork session. Yeah, I did a half an hour one this morning, actually. It was really good. Yes, totally, Laura. My mum's not talking to me since I went down to see Sarah because I didn't tell her I set off back. Oh well. I don't want to be doing this again. I say that, but it's like, I know this is potentially my last lifetime here, so it's time to go big. And I've been holding off going big for whatever reason. Just think that, I'm scared of making mistakes. I actually did a load of work on it yesterday with my friend. I was on a 2.5 hour call before the call. Sorry for burping, it makes you jump. No, I'm not sorry for it, actually. Yeah, I was on a call yesterday with my mate Shane, who does like avatar training and stuff. And it was really fascinating speaking to him, because we were getting to the depths of like what my subconscious is telling me, and it's almost like I can't move forward because I have a fear about money being controlled by the government. I was like, well, that's handy, because I've got a call after this and it's going into literally how to not pay taxes and give money to, genocide and things like this. So yeah, I'm going to be working on all that today. But then there's also a fear that of getting it wrong with people. But then I look at all my testimonials, and literally not one single person in 2 and a bit years of doing the calls with people has given me anything less than a 5-star review. And most people always say, it's like, I'd give you 10 stars if I could. Because like I say, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counsellor. I just talk to you. I treat you like a human being. And I think that's what's missing. I speak to a lot of people with bipolar, or they say they have bipolar, but really it's just, like, I would have said that I had bipolar all the way through my 20s, but I was never diagnosed with anything. Do you know what I mean? Because I never went to the doctors or anything. But if people were to look at me, they would say, oh yeah, you're bipolar. You're up and down all the time. Like, I don't know who you're going to turn up to as today. Severe health anxiety all the way through my life. And I was keeping that to myself. And that was a big part of repressing all that. So I was in fear and I wasn't talking about it. And I was scared of being vulnerable. So that led you to being, sort of in a place of victimhood, I guess. There's still lingering parts of that in my psyche today that I'm sort of working through currently. Also avoidant nature as well. Yeah, it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. You've got to be really honest with yourself on this journey. It's like, fuck, it doesn't matter about being honest with other people. You just got to be first and foremost honest with yourself. And that's the thing that liberates you. The truth will set you free, the truth of everything. And being scared of fears or whatever it is, like, they just keep you binded in that place of just not feeling good enough or whatever it is. But I can guarantee every single one of you who's listening to this right now, like, you're all doing fucking superb, and you're all exactly where you're meant to be. All exactly where you're meant to be right now. Don't wish it away, honestly. Because like, when it's like, Laura was saying there, it's like, I don't want to be coming back. And it's like, there'll be a part of you that will. It will miss this. It will miss feeling. We came here to feel, and we're all resistant to feeling all that stuff. That's why breath work's really good. Waking up in the morning, doing breath work, superb, because you get to release loads of stuff that you didn't know was there. And it's just about feeling it. It's going literally whenever that thought comes into your head and it's just like, oh shit, I did that thing that day to that person. It made me feel really shit. Instead of running away from that, go deeper into it. You know, it's like my daughter is the most triggering thing for me, because when she cries, like it brings up feelings of like inadequacy or fear that came up from when I was a child and things. Do you know what I mean? It's like I find it hard not to react to that sometimes. You know, it's fucking hard. It's fucking hard to walk this journey. And also speak it out to other people, because it's like, you know, it's a really scary thing to be vulnerable and literally go like, I'm not fucking perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm walking this journey like everybody else, you know. But to just be an ear for people, like people stop me randomly in the street and just start telling me their whole life thing. It's like Mary yesterday, you know, it's like for whatever reason, she was drawn over to us and she just wanted to be heard and seen and not made to feel as though she was weird or whatever. And it's like, you know, you'd have a hard time coming on a call with me and telling me something that would make me go, oh! It just doesn't happen. Like literally, you could tell me you could murdered a few kids or whatever, and I'd be like, yeah, it's part of the journey, isn't it? You know, it's like, because like I know that judging people isn't the thing that's going to get us out of this sticky situation. You know, it's just like we all react and do things, you know, unconsciously from time to time, and that's an okay thing. You know, it's about having compassion for yourself first and foremost, and then you can have compassion for the rest of the world. You know, but if you finding you're triggered or you're firing off at people on the outside world, you know, then it's something within you that needs to be looked at. But you're projecting it out into the mirror of reality and expecting the mirror of reality to change so that we can feel better about ourselves. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It's just recognizing that we are one with everything, you know, and you can't judge anything that's happening out there as good or bad or whatever it is. You've just got to recognize whatever it is you're judging out there, and it doesn't matter if it's political parties or whatever it is. You know, it's like I noticed this on my journey. You know, it's like I was so fearful of what was happening on the outside world because I didn't want to look at certain parts of myself. It had nothing to do with the outside world. The outside world doesn't exist. It's just a mirror for me. You know, so that's it. It's a tough one to get your head round. And it takes a lot of accountability. Not to say that you take accountability for everything, but it is about looking in the mirror and going like, where am I out of balance today? Where am I not loving myself enough? You know, where could I be more coherent, you know, with what I'm putting out there into the world? What was the, did I put it on here? Coalesce, yeah. Yeah, and ask fucking the divine every morning. That it's like, how do I love others like you love me? Yeah, how do I love others like you love me? Like, you know, almost there. Look at my face here. Yeah, okay. It's like I am both dark and I am light. And when that's in equal balance, and you love this part as much as you love this part, that's when shit starts to get interesting, because then you're no longer denying this part, which is vital. Yeah. Can't go around being all peace, love, and light all the time. Sometimes you have to say no. Sometimes you have to piss people off. Sometimes you have to trigger people. Sometimes you have to trigger yourself. Sometimes you have to ask really uncomfortable questions about this side. Yeah. This side is as equally good as this side. Yeah. It's all good, but you've just got to balance it. And there's a reason that the sun's coming in like this right now, you know. But everything is learning. Yes, love your soul contract. Exactly. Hello from Argentina. Mum can't tell me what time I was born, so I can't get it right. That's all right, not meant to know then. Only my perspective. The world was reflecting back to me who I was. Yes, I realised this in awareness. Yes, thank you. I love to hike the Lake District. Yeah, must go. See you later, Nick. Totally can relate to what you're saying. Yeah. You need to change subconscious by hypnosis, self-safe hypnosis. You don't have to. That's one way to do it. You can do it through breath work or journaling. There's many, many ways to do it. Many roads up the mountain. Yeah. I challenged all that through self-talk. Yes. Majority. And speak to someone. This is why I'm here, is to reflect to you, because like I don't ever tell you what to do. Literally, I just sit here and listen to you and then I ask questions, and then you do all the work. You do all the work on yourself. Yeah, it's like, but sometimes it takes somebody who's completely impartial, non-judgmental, isn't in your locality of your friends or whatever it is, you know, that you can really open up to and just go like, fuck, I did this day and I'm really beating myself up for it. And I go like, it's not that bad. We all do those things. And then you go like, oh, fuck, that's all right. And then you start to have a level of compassion for yourself. And I'm really good at pointing out like what people's purpose is and where they're meant to be going and stuff like this, you know, it's like, or where they could potentially go. But there are many, like, we live in infinity, okay? Get this into your heads. You can do whatever you want in this lifetime, okay? Let's not say you go out there, murder kids and all the rest of it. Not that, obviously. It's more about like you going out there and really being your true self, and doing what you love, act on your next highest excitement, and then literally let go of what happens from then on. Yeah, daughters, yeah. This is pure bipolar. Nothing outside of you can change your internal state, really. It's like things can help you. If you believe that, then it will. But I don't believe it can cure bipolar yet, but I don't know. I'll look into it. That's why we like you, honest way. I realised I am a spiritual being, illusion, avatar. It made it easier for me. Yes. See you later, Ella. Observe. Did you get a bad headaches during your awakening? Not really. I had a bad one yesterday, but that was stuff moving through. It's like I was constantly rubbing my crown yesterday, like fuck. Some things are bad. Some things are bad. You have to move towards the light and the good. Nope. You have to move towards the things that are bad. I don't agree. I think it's in the other way. Yes, obviously hold positive thoughts, but also like delve into the things that are negative, because the things that are negative are controlling you, you know, and that's almost this love and light crew are going around going, it's all love and light, peace and thing. It's like, is it fuck? You've got to balance this. You've got to balance this. Bang, bang. You are both the dark and the light. You are the yin and the yang. Yeah. If you deny this part of it, you're going to run away from your own stuff. Realize the divinity and became one with the divine. Yeah. So I had a meeting there. How dare my work disturb me? Trying to do my shadow work. It's exposing me too much. I hate it. Yeah. Good. Keep going balls deep into it. 2:45 a.m. Fucking hell. No. Yeah. Morning. All right. Peace comes from within. Yeah. Yes. Peace comes from making peace with both sides. You know, I am light. I am also dark. Yeah. It's like we're always just like, we're light workers. We're also dark workers. Yeah. Because if you're missing out one part of it, then that part of it grows, and you're in denial of it, and then it gets like a big floodgate, and then it just goes boom onto you. And it's better to have conscious control of this rather than letting it overwhelm you. In what I've learned in my journey is that, you know, our personality is my personal reality. Love all parts. Feel none and become one. Feel it all and become one. Feel it all. You have to feel it all. That's why we've come here. We're in denial of the thing that is the greatest gift to us. You know, come here to feel. We come here to feel guilt, shame, fucking terror, love, joy, peace, happiness, fear, fucking all of it. Yeah, all of it. But we label it as good or bad. Yes, there are like, I mean, if you look at David Hawkins' scale of consciousness, down in the lower rungs, you've got like shame, guilt, fear, any of those ones, like pride, and then it goes up to the next one is anger. You start getting a bit of energy into that negativeness, you know, and then that leads you into courage. It leads you into the other ones. But it's like, yeah, I'll go through them all, right? So you can all see whereabouts it is that you are. Oh, I've got that fucking thing. I like that. Mechanisms of letting go. Let's have a look. Suppression and repression. Where's all of that? There we go. Okay. Consciousness. Okay, so we've got shame down at the bottom. How embarrassing. I'm such a lousy driver. I can't even park the car. I'll never do it. I'll never amount to anything. That's shame. That's an example of shame. Okay, so you can see where you are in this, okay? Guilt. I had it coming. How stupid I am. I should have done a better job of parking. So this is talking about in relation, say you, right, I'll go through it. As we have seen, stress pronotes and stress, I can't even read that word, pronouns? Stress pronouns and vulnerability are related to our general level of emotional functioning. The higher we are on the scale of consciousness, the less we respond with stressful reaction. Okay, we can take a simple incident from everyday life and illustrate the differences in our reactivity. Let's say, for example, that we have parked our car and we, just as we get out, the car parked in front of us backs up into the car with a thud. Our bumper and the front of the fender are dented. Here is what the different levels of consciousness may sound like. Okay, so that's the setup for all of this, right? Shame. So if you're in the lower rung of shame, shame is the lowest in the scale of consciousness. Okay, shame. How embarrassing. I'm such a lousy driver. I can't even park the car. I'll never amount to anything. Yeah, so that's the lowest of the victimhood scale of consciousness. Then you have guilt next. So you're moving up a level. Guilt. I heard it coming. How stupid I am. I should have done a better job of parking. Apathy. What's the use? Things like this always happen to me. I probably won't collect on the insurance anyway. There's no use talking to the guy. He'll just sue me. Life stinks. Yeah. Grief. Now the car is ruined. I will never be the same. Life is grim. I'll probably lose a bundle on this one. Fear. This guy is probably furious. I'm afraid he'll hit me. I'm afraid to talk back to him. He'll probably sue me. I'll never have the car fixed right again. The car repair people always rip me off. The insurance company, I'll probably get out of the insurance company will probably get out of this one, and I'll be the one left holding the bag. Desire. I can make a bundle out of this one. I think I will hold my neck in fake whiplash. My brother-in-law is a lawyer. He'll sue the pants off this idiot. I'll get a settlement on the highest estimate and I'll get it fixed at a cheaper place. Anger. The damned idiot. I think I'll teach this guy a lesson. He deserves a good punch in the face. I'll sue the pants off him and make him suffer. My blood is boiling and I feel shaky with rage. I could kill the bastard. Pride. Look where you're going, you fool. Oh, God, the world is full of such bumbling idiots. How dare he damage my new car? Who the hell does he think he is? I'll probably get cheap insurance. Thank God mine is the best. Courage. Okay, so courage is the first shift out of the lower rung of up to 200 frequency on the scale of consciousness. So once you get to pride, so it wasn't anger, it's anger, then pride, then courage, okay? So this is basically what I'm talking about, is if your car you parked your car and then somebody ran into the back of you, yeah? And this is saying where you are on the scale of consciousness, is how you react and how you respond to what is happening, okay? So you can work out from this what you would react to it with, and then you know what level you are predominantly in. You can go up and down. You can go flying up into the higher realms of enlightenment and come right the way back down to shame. So it's about where you are on an average in your day-to-day life, okay? Courage. Oh, well, we've both got insurance. I'll take down the data and handle it okay. A nuisance, but I can handle it. I'll talk to the driver and get it settled out of court. Neutrality. These things happen in life. You can drive 20,000 miles a year without an occasional fender bender. Willingness. How can I help the guy to calm down? He doesn't need to feel upset about it. We'll just exchange the necessary insurance information and be okay with each other. So basically what this is doing, this is showing you how your perception of reality, more how your perception of yourself, determines how you are going to respond to certain things that happen in your life, okay? Acceptance. It could have been worse. At least nobody's hurt. It's only money anyway. The insurance company will take care of it. I suppose the guy's upset. It's only natural. Such things just can't be helped. Thank God I'm not running this universe. It's only a minor nuisance. Reason. Let's be practical here. I'd like to take care of it as quickly as possible so I can get on with the day's activities. What's the most efficient way to resolve our problem? Love. I hope the guy isn't upset. I'll calm him down, says to the other driver. Relax. It's okay. We've both got insurance. I know how it is. It happened to me just the same way. It was a minor dent and we've got it fixed in a day. Don't worry, we won't report it if you don't want to. We can probably deduct it and avoid a raise in the insurance premium. There's nothing to be upset about. Reassures the driver, putting an arm on his shoulder in fellow human camaraderie. Yeah. Peace. So what I'm talking about here is this is Letting Go by David R. Hawkins. What if it doesn't have insurance? Irrelevant. Doesn't matter. It is what it is. You see how you're trying to find fault in whatever's happening? It doesn't matter. What we've got to do is just remedy it from a place of acceptance, you know? I mean, you don't have to. It depends where you are in that thing. If we're trying to find fault in it or find things that thingy, then we're probably in those lower rungs of, oh God, I'm fear, you know? So that's like a fear response, basically. What if we doesn't have insurance? And that's not to judge. That's just saying where people are at on this scale of consciousness. So basically, for anybody who's new, we're talking about David R. Hawkins. He's speaking about if you were in, hypothetically, in a situation where you parked your car, somebody went into the back of you or the front of you, and then what happens after that. How you react to it is where showing you where you are on the scale of consciousness, okay? So then the last one is peace. Okay, so this is peace. So you're doing it from a place of peace. Now, I've got an example of this that I'm going to speak about afterwards. Well, isn't that fortuitous? I was going to have the rattle on the bumper fixed anyway, and the fender already had a little dent, so now I'll get it fixed for nothing. Say, aren't you George's brother-in-law? You're just the guy who I wanted to see. I have some great business that I can think you can handle for me. We'll both benefit. If you look at the right person to research it for us, how about a cup of coffee and we can talk it over? By the way, here's my insurance card. Say that's the same company as yours. What a coincidence. Everything works out for the best, no problem. Walks out humming with a new friend, an incident already forgotten. Right. Speaking about this, okay, I went to the post office when I was living down in the pods, and the guy who was in front of me had gone back outside, okay, and what I was sending some parcels, sending some tinctures, and the guy came back in and said, like, whose is the Skoda car out there? And I was like, oh, it's mine. And he was just like, all right, a lorry's just like gone in and taken your wing mirror off. What should I say to him? I said, oh, just tell him not to worry, okay? Tell him I'll be out in a moment, and say, don't worry about it. Shit happens, basically. And I went outside and met this guy called Ian, who was there trying to furiously fix like the thing. And I said, put my hand on his shoulder, and like, this is before I even remembered about this, put my hand on his shoulder and said, are you all right? Don't worry about it, mate, okay? It's fine. It'll all get sorted in time, you know? And it turns out that he was a really nice guy. He didn't want to go through the insurance because he was in a work van. I said to him, are you okay just settling it, you know, outside of thing? Don't have to get the insurance companies involved or anything like that. Yeah, no problem at all. You're a really nice guy. Thank you for stopping, mate. It's really nice that people do these things. Amped him up, and he left smiling, and I left smiling, you know? It's like, that's the way that we can all respond to things, because it doesn't matter whether or not this thing happened. This thing happened. Immediately you accept whatever happens, yeah? It's like all the politics stuff at the moment. I don't care what side you're on. If you're on a side, then you're missing the bigger picture. You're missing the holistic nature of this world. You know, it's like whatever happens, it's just like, we don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, you know, because it hasn't played out yet. But I know that every single thing, if we perceive it in a way that is positive, yeah? So it's like, you know, your dark side, you know, it's like, it's why I always say, look at your dark side, but give yourself compassion, you know, don't deny it, because then it'll just get louder and louder and louder. And then it'll be like, you know, you have no control over how that is released then. So it's about just really finding peace within yourself. And then you project that peace out onto the veil of reality. Yeah. And then you can find peace in whatever happens. It doesn't matter. You know, it's like, oh, my dog got hit by a car and is dead. Right. Okay. Yeah. There'll be a grieving process in that. Okay. Because you love your dog and all the rest of it. You're going to miss having him there. But ultimately, your dog doesn't want you to sit in grief for so long that it becomes that, you know, there's a point of where grief then becomes victimhood. Yeah. So it's like there was a neuroscientist guy, and he died, and he knew he was going to die, and he said, right, before he died, he was like, right, all of you fuckers, listen. I don't know if he said fuckers, but I'm adding that in. If it was me, I'd be like, right, all of you fuckers, listen. You're only allowed to mourn and grieve for a week. Yeah, you're only allowed to mourn and grieve for a week. If you mourn and grieve any longer than that, I'm going to come down and I'm going to make your life a fucking misery from the other side. Yeah, he didn't say that, but that's what I'd say to people. Yeah, because it's like, if you stay in it any longer than that, cry it out. Yeah, you're upset that your friend has left. Do not deny your emotions. Yeah, feel them. That's why we've come here. But at the same time, don't hold on to that shit. Yeah, don't hold on to that shit. Let it pass through your system and let it go. Because otherwise, then it becomes this point of like, oh, I think he's left and it's me. And oh, you're making it all about yourself, you selfish cunt. Like, shut up. Yeah. You've got to go out there and literally, like, the people who have died, they don't want you to, like, attach to that so strongly that you fall then into victimhood and it makes your life a misery. Yeah. It's like there is a grieving process. And somewhere between like acceptance and surrender, there is a grieving process, and that's what I've struggled with on my journey, is like finding that balance between accepting what is, accepting where I'm going, and moving into that in a place where I can do it from a place of like willingness. It's like, that's it. Like, we can't stay in that place. You can't stay in that place for so long, because it only is a detriment to yourself and everybody else around you. Nothing gets better when we stay in that place of victimhood. Yeah, we're wanting the world to change so that we can feel better about ourselves. You don't have control over that. All you have control over is yourself, if you are conscious. If you are not conscious, then you will not. You see, and that's what everybody's fighting with. And people don't like me saying this, but tough shit. That's the way it is. Yeah. And I can only say that because, like, I've recognized that in my life when I'm playing a victim with stuff. And I've played victim so much in my life. Trust me, oh, woe is me. This is happening to me. It's like all of that stuff. You have to let go of it. There are certain souls who have come into this earth realm right now who are only here for a short amount of time to teach us lessons about ourselves. Yeah. And that means that sometimes, a dog does get hit by a car, at the age of 3, and we think it's fucking awful and all the rest of it. There is a crucial lesson in that. Yeah, there is a crucial lesson in that about letting go and surrendering so that we can be happier within ourselves. And these souls have come in so that we can realize that. Yeah, but if we hold on to it, then nothing's going to fucking get any better. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse until we will keep repeating those cycles. And that's up to us. And that's why taking accountability for that thing, in your life is crucial. Yeah. And none of us are great at this. We all go up and down. Like, sometimes I can feel as though I'm in complete love and acceptance for everything. Then other times I'll go right down back to the bottom, because there'll be something there in my subconscious that I'm not recognizing. So that means that I have to go down there to eke it out. But if I deny that and I try and stay up here all the time, love and light my way to the thing, bollocks. Doesn't happen like that. I'll go right back up. What book? Letting Go by David R. Hawkins. Letting Go by David R. Hawkins. Fantastic book. I've read it about 3 times. Letting go. Victim mindset, man. It will kill us quicker than anything. But it seems like, for me, how the other person reacts. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant how the other person reacts. You hold firm in your thing. You'll feel it. You'll feel their energy coming onto you. If you don't give your power away to them. And it's like, we were in it. It's funny, like on the second day of when I was in Portugal, our taxi, we were overtaking somebody and this lady pulled out into him because she wasn't looking over her shoulder. Yeah. So then we all pulled over and it ripped his wing mirror off and scraped down his new electric car and all the rest of it. And this woman gets out and she's like, blah, 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 like this. And Mohammed, bless him, it was just like, okay, right, calm. It's just like, she was obviously the one in the wrong because she's reacting to it. Yeah, she's the one who's scared. So what that fear does, it makes you go blah, 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 like this, so that you don't have to deal with it. You don't want to feel those uncomfortable feelings of, oh, I fucked up here. Oh, I've got to take accountability for this. Oh, I didn't look over my shoulder, But there's no way, like from the scrapes on the car, from the marks on the car, the way that she did it, she wasn't paying attention. Yeah, she wasn't paying attention, and it was her thing. So she's the one who becomes inflamed and all the rest of it, And it's like, so there's a level of accountability there that's got to be taken, whereas Mohammed stayed really calm, stayed really cool. You know, when it happened, I was like, oh, very cool. Like, you know, this is exciting. Everything happens for a reason as well. You know, it's like everything it happens for our highest good as well. So your ability to remain calm in whatever situation shows how much you've moved through that scale of consciousness up to wherever it is that you need to be in order to really sort of like let go of all this stuff. So it's very interesting how all this stuff happens, you know. Yes, so some things are intense. What if somebody hits your dog? Well, it's up to you how you react to that. It's all on you. It doesn't matter. Like, I've had people flare up at me and all the rest of it and project loads of shit onto me, and by me staying calm and not reacting to their stuff, they lose all of their power. Yeah, they lose all of their power, and you're a conduit for that. If you can remain calm also. But moreover, the fact if you're saying that, then it means that you can't stay calm. So you haven't figured that out in that thing. So it's just about remaining calm in whatever happens. No matter if somebody kicks your dog, yeah, if that happens, you respond in the way that is suitable for that time. If he continues to kick it or whatever it is, or maybe it's the fact that your dog is not trained in a way that's good or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, that's the accountability that we need to take for ourselves. You know, it's not always about the other person. What if the other person is trying to protect themselves? And what if we're in a place of victimhood and we're not taking responsibility for whatever it is that's occurring in our lives? Yeah. I will put this jigsaw piece of the puzzle there. There we go. Thank you. I am a human and I am still here. 2 years of grief since my died. Your own emotions. 2 years of grief since my died. Do some breath work. Oh no, don't call B as selfish. Don't call B as selfish. That makes sense. Clearly hasn't had somebody close to him die out of the blue. I have actually, yeah. Two of my friends have recently died over the last month. Yeah, there's a guy called Nathan and a guy called Paul. You know, I'm very close to these people, but immediately now my perception of death is different. Yeah, and I've also spoken to them when they're on the other side, and they're fine. Like, death is this thing that we have been conditioned to believe is such a horrible, terrible thing and all the rest of it, you know. So don't assume that, you know. It's like, I've had people, dogs, animals, all things leave my life, you know. And it's like, I was taught this at a very young age, you know, about that as well. So I found it hard to say goodbye to people, but part of myself has been healed in that, that's been realized in that, you know. But as soon as Paul died, you know, it's like, I wasn't sad for him, because I realized that he wouldn't want anybody to be sad and upset about that. When they're on the other side, they're like, way, I'm in unconditional love and bliss. I don't give a fuck anymore. Yeah, they're happy as shit. And if they're looking at all us going like, oh God, they're all playing victim and trying to like create it all about themselves. You see, death isn't the end. We've been conditioned in this world to believe that death is this horrible, scary thing. Death is a beautiful experience. Yeah, it's only us and our egos that attach to it that make it this horrible thing. You know, it's like, yes, grieve, you know, wish they were still here. But my perception on death has changed. You know, it's like my grandma, like, she keeps like waving bye-bye and then like going back in and doing the same thing again, you see. It's like death, like in other countries, in other cultures, is looked at in a much more healthy way. In the Western world that we live in here, it's fucking awful. You know, it's just like, oh, we all wear black, we all mourn, we all cry. You know, it's like, why not celebrate it? Yeah. Perception, again, we've been conditioned to believe that death is a bad thing. Death is a beautiful process. And if they're not finished with their karma, they will just come and reincarnate, like we have millions and millions and millions of times, you see. But we've been conditioned by society to play victim with it all, you see. It's like, terrible things happen in this lifetime. Yeah, that life is here to teach us things. How does it teach us things? In this culture that we live in, it's getting out of this conditioned mindset. Yeah, that like going deeper into suffering will liberate you from it. Yeah, so it's like we run away from these things that are uncomfortable, and by that, this energy has power over us. So we feel victimized and we feel oppressed and we feel pressed down. Whereas now we're starting to realize and liberate our consciousness to a point where we go like, oh, death is a natural part of life, such as birth. And we never die and we're never born. Yeah. I know that's hypocritical in saying that. We never die and we're never born. We are just a continual flow of energy that goes through this universe to learn different lessons on a soul level, to get us to the awareness of when we merge back with source. And then guess what? Starts all over again. We live in infinity. It goes on forever and ever and ever. But if we're looking at it from a 3D point of view and we're still in the victim mindset of everything, and yeah, shit happens. Shit happens to all of us, you know? I'm going to die. My parents will die. Yeah? My child will die. Everything dies. That's the process of life. Yeah? Accepting that and not minding what happens is one of the most powerful and empowering states of consciousness that you can be in. Yeah? And I do this all the time. Woe is me, you know? I've been through so much of that. That's why we go through dark nights of the soul, is to really eke out all of this stuff to get us to this awareness where we're able to look at this reality objectively and just go like, oh, hang on a minute, it's not what we've been told it is. Actually, it's beautiful, you know, if we perceive it as. Yeah. When people leave, what do you learn? You learn love. You learn that you love that person, and that now they've gone, you're feeling all of this love that you had for them, you know? So why not love them deeply as you can in this lifetime right now? It's like the shift between when I was growing up all the way through my 20s, I used to go like, why do you treat me like this, mum? Why are you like this? You're fucking awful to me and all the rest of it, you know? And it's just like, now, having discovered a few stories about my mum, how she was brought up, now I'm like in tears of compassion for her, because I realized that she was just doing the very best that she could with the tools that she had available. And I look at how my grandma was treated when she was younger. Of course she was going to treat mum like that, because that's all she knows. And we're the cycle breakers. We've come down here to shine a light on that. We come down here to shine a light on that and go like, yeah, this stops now. So about accepting all of what has happened in the past. Yeah. Because we're all going to die. Yeah. Hate to break it to you. You're all going to die. So what are you going to do in between now and then? You know, show yourself that love. Yeah. Show yourself that compassion, but also be honest with yourself about what it is that you're feeling. And if you're in a place of victimhood or whatever it is, then look at that. You know, it's only by gaining knowledge on how all this reality works that we're able to really put to bed all of these conditioned ideas about death, about fear, because fear and death, that's how the controlling bodies, the powers that were, reptilians, if you want to call it that, a bit more out there, that's what they're doing, you know, through our reptilian brain within us. This battle's being fought in here, yeah, and it needs to come down to here. They're conditioned us to believe that death is a bad thing, so that we fear everything, and it's the pathway of surrender, yeah? You are surrendering all of your egoic wants, needs, things, so that you can really attune to your divine energy, yeah? Your divine energy, and then you give your will to the divine, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, okay? It's like, that's why we're here, to surrender all those parts of ourselves. Thank you for all the likes, everybody. 3.6, I love that. That's 9. If you know anything about 3, 6s and 9s, really powerful numbers as well. 45, 9, love it. Yeah, boom. There you go. Look for the signs and signals. Like the birds outside give me so many signs and signals. I get nudges and body taps all over. Yeah, your nervous system is the divine connection. You know, it's like, I know we lose a few people when you start talking about God or the universe or the divine or whatever it is. I don't care. If this life's not for you, then it's not for you. But if you start getting nudges and taps, then there are no coincidences, yeah? And it took me about half a year to discern this about 3 years ago. I was like all the way through my dark night of the soul, which is not really the dark night of the soul. The soul is eternal. It goes on forever. It's more about the dark night of the ego, really, because it's parts of your ego, the layers of the onion being peeled off down to light, yeah? And that's what we all are. It's like, during that time, like if it wasn't for the nudges on my body, like, you know, I'd be thinking certain things, and literally like the divine working through your nervous system, hence why your spine is a very important part of this, you know. It's like your spine is the divine connection. It bypasses the brain, bypasses the thinking mind, the reptilian brain, and goes straight to your body. So whenever you're thinking certain things, you'll get confirmations, taps, nudges, little nerve twinges. Yeah, listen to those things, because that is your connection to the divine, and move on those things that it's telling you to do. You know, they can't actually tell you what to do because it's up to you, your free will, but they can confirm certain thoughts or certain feelings or whatever it is, you know. Yeah, do more of that. You know, oh, I think I should go there today. Oh, yeah, nudges, right, I'll go and do that. Because then but the mind's like, oh no, it's logical. I've got to make money and go and do all that sort of stuff. I'll prioritize that. Right now, my nervous system, the divine connection is telling me to go fishing. So I'm gonna go fishing. That's it. Yeah. It's like you know, logically it doesn't make sense. You know, it's like, I need to be earning money, or I need to be blah, 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 blah. It's all coming from a place of fear. Yeah. So it's like, let go of that. Let go of that logical mind, you know, because that will just, well, no, you can attach to it. It's up to you. Do whatever you want in this lifetime. So, doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. For goodness sake, there is victims and there is just people who don't take responsibility. Yeah. My nan's death caused my awakening. Boom! There you go. There you go. That's it. You know, and there are souls that have come in. You know, it's like there are souls who have come in at this time to awaken us. Yeah, to awaken us. Oh, I think it's snowing up north. Oh, it's so exciting. I love snowy days. Oh, everything gets purified with the white light. It's amazing. What was I saying? Yeah, there are souls who have come in, you know, like blue babies and things, you know, babies that haven't quite made it, like my little sister, Rosie. She didn't make it out of my mum's womb. She was there to help awaken my mum by putting her into a state of mass, like, fear and depression and anxiety and stuff like that. Hasn't quite happened yet, but it will, you know. It's like, it all plays out. But when mum delves into that, you know, it's because her umbilical cord got stuck around her throat. It's all divine. Like, she came in as a transitory soul, mainly souls who have, like, completed the process here on earth and have come back in just to help, you know. And it's like, you go like, how is that helping? Because the ego mind's like going, no, that's awful, it's terrible, and all the rest of it. It's like, you don't know that because it hasn't played out yet. You see, you're not finished yet. So we can't say whether it is a good or a bad thing. It's just like, well, it is all good. I know it is all good, but, you know, how we perceive it, it can also be all bad as well if we attach to it negatively or whatever. So yeah, she came in as a blue baby to help awaken my mum, you know, because that was a massive part for her. She's still got all of that wounding inside of her that is probably going to be released in this lifetime. If not, it will go on to the next lifetime. So there's nothing lost here. We're just learning lessons. Yeah, this is the soul's journey. It's beautiful. I felt nothing but shame since my grandparents died in perfect. Proper weighted heavy on me as I feel I wasn't there for them. Yeah, compassion. Angela, that's it. They might look back and care for what they can't take care of anymore, possibly. Energy can't be destroyed, only transformed. Yes, that's it. A lot of people worry about death, not for themselves, but others around us. Yeah, but it doesn't exist. Comment was blocked. Weird. I was referring to my culture. Interesting. It just seems to have a fascination with it. Love it. Our souls are not born. You're not finished yet, Angela. None of you are. None of us are. That's it, you know. It's like, I've still stuff to learn and heal and grow from. That's it. Our souls are not born, nor do they die, nor does it spring forth, and nothing sprang from it. Yes, it's just doing that. Whoop, 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 whoop. That's it. No, your soul, your conscious, we are just consciousness. You know, I've got it written up there. I am consciousness. Yeah, I'm just consciousness. This body is transitory. It'll die away and it'll feed plants or whatever it is, or it'll get burnt. I don't give a shit, really. Thrown off a cliff, that'd be amazing. You know, with a big smiley face. A rigor mortis smiley face. Just chuck me off a cliff. With class. Yeah, I'm see how my mum struggled. Yeah, that's it. Everybody is love. Everybody is love. Everybody's made of love, you know. So that's it. Does my soul maybe not like the life I've given it? Maybe it wants to jump ship. No, it just wants you to look deeply at yourself. That's it. Love, live, be authentic, and know you're limitless. Yes, exactly. Shabba-dabba-doo. You're right, Disco. How are you? Birds are angels. Yes, yeah. Everything's an angel, really. That's the way I look at it. Little cracks in the fucking, you know, when I'm sat there thinking, and I'll just like the house all squeak and crack and things. I'm just like, okay, doke. Getting signs all the time. Surrender can be difficult at times. Yeah, I know, that's it. scary, isn't it? Scary to feel all that love, you know. It's like in breath work, that's it. I'm going in these states and I'm literally becoming, and then I'm just like, whoa, no, I've got to breathe, you know. It's like, I'm not there either yet. There's a show on our global podcast network, it's No Consciousness. Is that a misalignment of my soul? No, your soul is not misaligned. Your ego mind is. That's it. Feel taps too, especially at night when I'm stargazing and being present. Yeah, I'll do more of that. I watched the guy who said if you take 6 to 9 grams of sodium, your blood pressure will be, we're lied to, so they get us on blood pressure tablets. Yeah, salt's good, man. I could listen to this all day. 1% let go, 9% let it flow. Yeah, exactly. I know it did because she led me closer to God before she went. It all fit together. Yeah, boom, it's all perfect. What's so sad? Sorry. My daughter was born with a complex heart issue that really made change from trauma. Yeah, she's a super, super strong soul, mate. Super, super strong soul. She come in to teach us all the lessons. That's it. We've been down portals. Don't know. I work a lot with trees. I work and no play. I'm off today, off tomorrow. My birthday! Happy birthday! How's your hubby getting on anyway, Disco? So basically, it's thoughts about death and just ego related then. Yes, done the toad. Yes, done the toad. Oh, thank you. She's mega strong. She's a force. Yeah, that's it. Love it. We've been down a vortex. Don't know what that is, mate. Sit a lot with trees. I don't know about portals, vortexes, any other stuff, to be honest. Down many used to hold space for people to experience DMT. That was quite a big one. Yeah, I've done Toad, I don't know, about 4 or 5 times, something like that. But I think of it, yeah, it was all right. Yeah. No, it's the most terrifying fucking hell realm that I've ever been to. But I went to heaven after DMT, and then I went to hell in Toad, and then you come back and the capacity that you can feel the lower rungs. Is it in letting go? I think it's in letting go. You know, and he says in that, like the capacity of which you can feel down here is also the capacity of which you can feel up here. So it's like you have to go into the lower realms and the deep dark realms. And I've been to a place where you can't feel any more fear than that in this lifetime. Terror, like it's impossible. If you can feel any more fear than that, then. But I realize now it's my biggest gift, because I actually said what my intention was how do I help my friends and family through the time that is coming, you know. And it went, are you ready? Here's like all of the terror and fear that everybody has felt in every single world war, and it's put into a nice little ball from all of them people. And ready, boom, and it shot it into me, and I felt what that fear felt like, and I had to and because of it, it taught me about compassion, you know, of what everybody's going through. Everybody's fucking terrified. Everybody is fucking terrified, you know. It's like, it's really, really interesting. But again, it's an initiation, you know. It's like, I know in previous lifetime, parallel lifetime, should I say, and this lifetime as well, it's like I'm a shaman, you know. It's like I've done loads of work on myself in this lifetime to get me to a point where I'm able to hold space for people no matter what's gone on. You know, went into a deep psychosis for like 8 months, literally like lying in bed, tossing and turning, not sleeping, going like, oh my God, I'm damned, I'm fucked. Like, yeah, it was a real intense time. But from that, then if I judged that as being bad, which I did at the time, I was like, this is awful, this is terrible, oh my God, I can't even commit suicide because I'm going to go to hell, I'm fucked. You know, it's like, but then you start to discern what it is. And over time, you get to learn. And if it wasn't, well, no, it really helped me having somebody like the shaman that I sat with when I was doing Toad. For Toad, if anybody doesn't know, is 5-MeO-DMT, otherwise known as the God molecule. And like, I came out of it and the energy in the room had changed massively. Everybody was like, holy shit, what the fuck just happened? And apparently I was trying to get up, like literally like trying to fight them all off me and stuff, and just going, no, fuck, like this. Yeah, absolutely terrified. Like, and it felt as though I was in there for infinity. Fucking sucked. But Now it's such a beautiful gift because that taught me so much about everything, everything, you know. But I attached to it as a bad thing, and so I continued to suffer. But I had to sit in it for that amount of time, you know, and everything fell around me. I had to let go of all that was no longer serving me, and that meant that I just had a child, you know. At the start of that year, I had to leave my ex-partner, I had to leave my child, and this was me saying I didn't want to do that, like literally my ego mind, because it didn't understand, but it knew that the path I was going on, I had to be aligned with the people, and I knew that my ex-partner wasn't right for me. You know, she's a fucking incredible human being. She really is, you know, and it killed me. And I realized that this was a massive part of my ancestral healing as well, was doing this, going into that space and doing what no other member of my family has done. They've all stayed in toxic, like karmic relationships, you know, and because they've had children, they've stayed together for the sake of the children, just fucked the kids up. Yeah. So I knew that now I know that was a part of my massive healing, you know. So it was like, it was a huge part of that was coming to terms with the fact that, oh, it's all divine, you know. And now I help other people through that. And I sit with people who are going through hell realms and things. And it's like, I know where you're at. All they need is love. They need love. And it's like that love keeps them here, you know, and that love shows them that the darkness doesn't have power over them. Unfortunately, one of the guys who I held space for in that, Nathan, he's dead now, you know. It's like, well, not unfortunately, his time of karma was up, you know what I mean? He got bowel cancer, and he wasn't very old either, you know, but he was one of the ones, you know, who was holding on to this energy and didn't know how to move it and shift it and things. And it was stuck in his lower root chakra, you know. So it formed into cancer, you know, because he wasn't looking at it and all the rest of it. But it's perfect because he'll just come back into another lifetime and learn the things again. And then he'll be in bliss in the next one, or 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 infinity. See? Doesn't matter. Sorry, I'll go back up. So yeah, anyway, it was about healing my ancestral trauma, all of that, you know. And I knew that I had to separate from my ex-partner. And when I did, and how I broke the psychosis was I meditated into that fearful place, you know. It's like, I remember one night I was sat there with it and I was like, whew, and I felt that shock of that terror that I'd felt in that ceremony come up. And like, still parts of me that is terrified to go and do Bufo again, although I did, and it was completely different because I'd brought up and out of me all that energy that was locked inside of me. And yeah, it was wild. So anyway, 8 months after, like, I was just going in and out, in and out, in and out. You would have said I was massively bipolar in that time. You know, couldn't just come to terms with any of it at all, because I knew I had to let go of that. But because I was a people pleaser, as part of my patterning, I would, you know, compromise my own will, my own wants, so that I would fit into what everybody else wanted for me in my job, in my relationship, you know, all of that side of things. So that's what I'd say is a lot of people are being asked right now, the uncomfortable, they're being asked to separate from their partners that they're not really coherent with. They're asked to separate from the job that they're not really happy in doing. They're asked to do all these things and it's really uncomfortable. So the ego tries to attach and hold on to that because it's familiar and comfortable. And we all do this, you know. I'm still doing this in certain aspects of my life right now, you know. It's like I'm still holding on to this little Sam. No, I don't really want to move forward with this. Oh, it's scary. No, I don't want to go there. But when you do, you get this liberation and you take the weight off your shoulders, and then you're able to really align to what your highest path is. And that's not something that the ego mind can comprehend. You know, our ego mind is like, oh, you know, I'll probably get a big house and be happy there. Nah, fucking the divine has so much more in store for you. You've just got to surrender your will to the divine. And when you do that, then it's like shit starts to get really interesting. Yeah. Because then your truest, highest timeline comes into fruition. I can feel it right now. I'm so happy and blessed to be here, you know, in my mum and dad's house right now. I'm so fortunate to be contented and happy just drinking tea and speaking to you fine people. It's like, you know, it's a real big part of it. This is why I love doing the calls with people, you know. And so if it's like, if you're getting a call to it, or you find a resonance with us and you feel, yeah, maybe there is something in my life that I need to just release and let go of, I'm completely impartial, non-judgmental. Okay, you can literally tell me anything anything, and I will not judge you for it, because I've been through these rungs in my own mind of fear, terror, like, you know, embarrassment, all of these sorts of things. But as soon as you just even speaking these stuff out to people, and the majority of the people who I speak to are bipolar, are ADHD symptoms, are, you know, none of these things exist, by the way. They're just out of alignment light workers, yeah, sensitives who have come here at this time to learn certain things. So none of these things exist, but they are what have been diagnosed with. Yeah, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just out of balance at this moment in time, but you will get back into balance. Yeah, but it's like, you can tell me anything. I'm completely impartial. I am not a therapist. Okay, I am not a counselor. I've never studied any of this. I've just been through the fucking ringer multiple times in my lifetime, and whoever I'm speaking to, every single time I'm speaking to this person, I know exactly what it is that they need to hear in that moment to help them go, oh, I'm okay. Oh, this is all normal. Oh, this is all right. Oh, I don't need to be scared of this. I don't need to be ashamed of this. Oh, it's all good. Yeah. And all I do is put a different perspective on what it is that I feel and see. And in human design, I'm a reflector. So this is what I'm here to do. I'm here to reflect to people who they truly are and what they're not. Yeah. And that's it. And I love doing what I'm doing because I love speaking to people. That's it. What else was I going to say? But yeah, I just talk to you. Not a counsellor, not a therapist. I just talk to you. That's it. Yeah. It's like, and I love it. So there you go. So if you're feeling that, you know where my bio is and all the rest of it. But you don't have to. It's completely up to you. But I do free 15-minute calls. But if you know that it's going to be a bit longer and you've got some stuff to work through or whatever it is, then feel free. You'd be helping me in booking calls with us as well. And it's like, I do what I do, that I love what I do. And I'm so like just in awe of the people who I speak to all the time, because they're really powerful people. And the more fucked up life you've had, the better it is. Like I love seeing about that. Like, you know, I've been in a mental institution, I've been sectioned loads of times and things like this. And I'm just like, fantastic, awesome. You know, it's like that your soul had a purpose in doing that. And now it's time to break out of that, you know, so that you don't have to be labeled as different or whatever it is. But it's all in here. It's how we perceive ourselves. I should push through them spirits. Yeah, just keep going into the dark. Just keep going into the dark. That's it. So wing out. I don't know what that is. Why did we come back not remembering our previous lives? Why do we have awakenings? Good question, Emma. We come back not remembering because, like, if we did remember, then it'd be like, oh no, I've got to sort. You know, it's like we've got to figure it out while we're here because that's a game. It's a game. Yeah, we come here as souls, like, to figure all this shit out, you know, and it's fun. If we knew what it was that we had, so it'd be like going into school and be like, right, A B C D D D B A. There we go, test complete. No, this is shit. Like, you know, you got to figure it out. You got to work it all out. You know, it's like you don't go into school and just know math straight away. And if you did, you'd just be like, why am I even here? So that's why it's the same with us. It's like, why am I even here? I know I'll do all this shit. Like, we come in not remembering so that we have to then remember, and then we go like, oh my God, like, we're the divine, fucking hell. That's amazing, isn't it? You know, that's why we have awakenings. And it's through that we have awakenings. So sort of answered the second question with the first question. I'd love a past life reading, but don't know who offers them. Rachel Holistic, lady on here, she's amazing. She's on Instagram as well. But if that's what you're called to do, you'll find the right person. I think I'm heading towards soul retrieval. Yeah, a bit of my soul was lost somewhere, and I get me intuitive. There's a beautiful lady called Alison, and she told us some really uncomfortable stuff this time, actually, but it's really resonated. And like I say, you've got to take accountability for the way that you've been in order to heal the certain stuff about yourself. So it's about accepting all parts of yourself. But yeah, so I had a soul fragment that fucked off. Do you know Ruben? Yes, I love Ruben. He did my tattoo. We're talking about Ruben. Stock. Forgotten his second name. Anyway, there we go. I can just open my eyes when I want to leave, but yeah, I should push through the fear. Yeah, push through the fear. Any fear that's pressing on you, it's got power over you. Yeah, as soon as you start to push back and you start looking for that fear, then the fear shits itself and it dies away. That's what happened in my psychosis. Sat there and I just drummed it up. You know, there was one night I was sat there on the couch and was just like, I got that feeling of that terror. But instead of going like, oh, that's scary, I just went, oh, that's interesting, you know? And so then I went looking for it. The next night, went looking for it, found it, cried it out for like an hour and a half. No, it was like 40 minutes to an hour. So I was just crying and crying and crying, screaming into a pillow, shaking. Fuck. Next day, tried to look for that fear, tried to find that fear in my body. Gone. Alchemy. Yeah, I think I wanted to save it. You can only save yourself. Shithead shaman, I've been doing it alone, but thanks for sharing as I know how to push through it. Yeah, just keep going into it, mate. You're so powerful. So powerful. Wheelies wheeling. Morning. Any thoughts on microdosing mushrooms? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's good. Can help, but shouldn't be relied upon. It's like anything, you know. They can help to release certain things and stuff, but like I don't take anything anymore. I don't take anything for healing anymore. It's like, you know, the other day when we were out walking, we had a few mushrooms and things, maybe a gram or something like that. Just went for a yomp and it was really good. It opened up my throat chakra massively. Would you advise coming off Shilajit for periods of time? Yes. Cycle it. I'm in a cycle period at the moment where I'm not taking it. Can I speak for 2 me outed with why? Outed with why? I don't know what that means, mate. That makes the best therapist through life experience. Yes, exactly. I'm just not happy anymore. Such little joy inside me, yet external life is good. There you go. Something's out of balance then. You need to change something. Maybe it's something in your... are you with somebody? Are you aligned with your job? Are you aligned with your thingy? And don't go on, yes, things are good, says society, because society deems things as good as they're actually quite toxic a lot of the time. So, yes, you have that. Nice gift to have. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, you're the person, you know what I've been through in the realms. I was just scared to go. Mate, shithead chairman, book a call with us. It'd be really cool to speak to you, mate. Really cool to speak to you. Book a free 15-minute call if you want. You should be a politician because you're good at making stuff up. Nice one, troll. I love it. Bye. Love it. See, exactly that. I love trolls because what they do is they literally like, you don't have to take that shit. Do you know what I mean? Like you can just go like, bye to them. That's it. I love it. But you know that these are like, they're all bots. Like they come on here to like test you on your shit. Like, you know, they're there to go like, oh, are you really being you? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, thanks, mate, but fuck off. Knob. Everyone. Yeah, you're right, Sarah. Yes, do, mate, do. That'd be really cool. You're right, Sarah. How are they doing? Actually, you might write. I don't know what that means. I feel too scared to see my past life. Could it really affect you? It's all good, Mara Jane. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. So if it's scaring you, good. Yeah, that's how we grow. It's through that fear. So what me and Ed Chamberlain were just saying, you know, it's just like if I'd let that fear control me and overpower me, then it would have control over me, and I would be going from a place of fear, going like, oh, every action I make, I'm doing from this place. Yeah, you want to be doing it from that place so that you're in control of that fear, so that you're coming from a place of love. Because if that fear has power over you, that because you give it consent to, then it will always have control over you. What you're scared of looking at is the thing you're actually wanting. It's paradox. Yeah, the fearful state to the ego mind. Like we live in an inverted reality, okay? So like everything that's bad is good, everything that's bad, good is bad, in essence. Read between the lines on that one, as I always say. But like that's the essence of what we're doing here. Like we're just combating fear. You know, it's not even a combating. We're just looking at the fear instead of having that fear check. Oh fucking hell! Oh shit! As soon as you start to go, hang on a minute, you're a fucking knobhead, you, and you hold no power over me. Fear goes and disappears. Yeah. Shabba-dabba-doo. Having a rebirth. Yeah, me too, mate. Multiple ones. How do you get over a karmic? Meditate. Stop attaching to it. Find out the lesson behind it. Like, that's what I did with my karmic relationship that I was with Sarah and that. It's like, I just realized that, oh, shit, hang on a minute. This was all here to show me mother wounds, and this was here to teach me about myself. and to love myself and to not compromise parts of myself so that I could truly love this guy. Yeah. And that's it. It's all the journey of self-love, to just accept, look, write down. Have you started journaling yet, Angela? Start journaling. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. We've got this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it sucks. It's great. Oh, it's so shit. It's great. Oh, it's amazing. It's crap. That's the paradox. Yes, I'm doing it right now. Are you? Do more of it. If you don't, you can do whatever you fucking want, mate. But, you know, journal on it. What did that teach you about yourself? You know, about karmic relationships. Loads of people in calls with me say, like, you know, it's, am I with this partner? Why am I with this partner? And all the rest of it. It's just like, what are you learning? You are distracting yourself. Yes, and we all do that from time to time, Angela. I do all the time. You know, I do all the time. I distract myself so much with food. You know, you could even distract yourself with exercise or like positive things as well. They're the ones to be really noticeable of. Am I doing this to hide certain assets of myself? Do I want to go into this a bit deeper? You know, so it's still stuff there that needs to be released out of my system, but all in the right time. You know, all in the right time. I think, you know, there's some almost a backwards way of what we've started to interpret everything in the way that, like, you know, we always say, I'll get my chakras in balance and then everything else will sort out. How about you just sort out everything else and then your chakras just fall into balance naturally? What about that? I want to do something fun today. I want to go somewhere, not sure. I'm fucking awesome. Go and do that. It was like yesterday. I just went and saw these amazing, amazing yew trees, like 1,500-year-old yew trees. And that was it. That was my highest excitement yesterday. Today it's going fishing. You know, it's like, I've ever received an email off matey. No, not yet. Shabba-dabba-doo. The only thing I can think of is, oh, too nice. And they took advantage of me. Boom! Look at Anita Morjani's, or Mordani. Go and look at her stuff. Yeah? Go and look at her stuff. Because in that, she had a near-death experience, right? And spirit gave her cancers all over her body. Yeah? All over her body. Because she was just giving herself endlessly, because she had a parent where she had to literally like validate who she was to her dad, basically. So that led on to her being a people pleaser in her lifetime. So she was giving endlessly because she thought, oh, if I don't, then God's going to thingy me and I'm going to go to hell and all the rest of it. You know, it's like she died on the operating theatre. She went to the other side, met her dad, and her dad was just like, hey, it's cool, in essence. Hey, it's all right, you're okay. I was just conditioned by my culture and my religion and all the rest of it. I didn't actually want you to go and get married. I want you to be happy and peaceful and lovely. Do you want to go back and do it again? And she was like, oh, yeah. It's like, well, if you do go back and do it again, we'll heal all of your tumours and stuff. And the doctors would be like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah. So she came back, decided to come back. And she was like, you've got to start showing yourself self-love. Yeah. You've got to stop giving from an empty cup all the time. Because if you do, we're going to give you cancers again. Yeah. So it's like, stop giving, give to yourself. Yeah. It's all about you this time right now. It's all about you loving who you are. That's it. You know, and it's like when you do love yourself fully and lovely, it doesn't even have to be, you can feel false at first, it doesn't matter. Then you can start shining that love to everybody else. Yeah. And it's felt, trust me, like, you know, mum's just come on. It's like beautiful time. There you go. Yes. So stop you letting others take advantage of you. Yeah. It's you, you're allowing it. Your energy field is drawing them people into you. Yeah. Because this, you know, like attracts like, you know, it's getting you to your highest timeline by bringing these people in who are just going to use you and abuse you so that you can like really love yourself. Yeah, that's what it's about. So they're coming in to show you that life's going to be shit if you keep taking this. And we just go, oh, well, because of my karma, I'm just going to take all this and I'll keep taking it. No, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. You've got to really like shine a light on yourself, and love yourself, so that you can be the best version of yourself for other people. And that means sometimes saying fucking no to people every now and again. It's healthy. What about intuition and reliability? What about it? All right, Craig, how you doing, mate? Who was that? Sorry, yeah, unfortunately, I'm a people pleaser. Yes, well, just say you're not a people pleaser and then start going about it with that frame of reference. Just being in the present moment and enjoy what you do. Yes. Follow your highest excitement. Highest excitement, always. Yeah. It's been so enlightening. Got to go to work now. We'll definitely be back next time. Coco, thank you very much, mate, for being here. Thank you for all the likes as well, everybody, as well. It's really good. I always forget to say about that. Yeah, the more likes, the better. Thank you. It's UVU. Yeah, it's you. It's all you. You tree. You trees. You trees. That's why I was sat by them yew trees yesterday. It's all about you. You loving you. Got nothing to do with anybody else. Stop trying to make everybody else happy. From a place of emptiness. Yeah. Not also wasting energy on energy vampires. Man, I dropped a lot of them. Fucking awesome, Megan. You legend. Absolute legend. Right, what time are we on? Right, I'll be on for another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to go and see a man about a dog. Awesome, Rods. Got a new hat yesterday. Used to have this one back in the day, and it's a brand new one, which was really lovely. Treating myself. So-called best friend. Yep, everybody has to fall away. Not everybody, but you're very fortunate if you have somebody who stays with you, who's been with you long term on this journey. Do you know what I mean? And often the time you'll find people from your past, like you've not spoken to in years and years and years. They'll come back into your reality as well, you know. So it's really interesting. But yeah, you have to not be worried about what people think about you. One of the biggest things on this journey is giving a shit what people think about you, because you'll give all your fucking energy away to them, you know. I just feel like an idiot, but not giving them my energy. Yeah, love you. Have the most amazing day. Yeah, you too. Should have your wounds later today. I'll message you about it. The ones, yes, thank you. They're here. They're here. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I will get your thing posted today. I had this whole savey complex. Yeah, me too, mate. Got to save everybody. Blah, 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 blah. Can't. You got to save yourself. And then you will save everybody else through osmosis of you being yourself. That's it. See? Oh, wow, that's really helped. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Right, I'm going to go, everybody. I'm going to start my day. Drink my tea. Print off these things. And there we go. Yeah, I'll send you how they work. Awesome. Thank you. Really, by save yourself, you do save others. Yes, that's all you can do. Do you have a talisman that you carry with you, remind you of something? I have my imploded silver coil. That's about it, really. It's all aware now. Doobie-doobie-doo, doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. But yeah, all right. See you later, everybody. See you later. Keep doing what you're doing, even if it's good or bad or whatever. It does not matter. Do you have a recording of this live? Priceless. Yes. Thank you for reminding me of that, James. Jonas. Sorry, it's all dark. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Look like Eminem. Cheers.